Joining us now is CBS News Chief Washington correspondent. That's Major Garrett. Major Garrett, good morning to you. We're down to the final stretch.
Yep.
Have you heard of a focused closing argument from the president on what he intends to do with second term? I know we've heard a lot of attacks. We've heard a lot of name calling. Can you help us understand the strategy here?
There's one that is forming, and you heard a little bit of it in that response to Leslie Stahl, the president saying, I want America to get back to a normal life. Gayle, I can tell you this, for the last 6 to 8 weeks, pollsters and strategists with the Trump re-election campaign have begged the president to talk in these terms, that if you re-elect me, America, I'll get you back to your normal life. The president essentially set all of that advice aside until this week, where a couple of people he's very, very familiar with, Dave Bossie, his deputy campaign manager from 2016, Corey Lewandowski, his first campaign manager back in 2015 and 2016, were brought back much more aggressively into the campaign nexus. And they sat the president down and said, you've got to talk about two things: getting America back to normal, and that Joe Biden and his agenda will kill the American dream. You're beginning to see the formation of that closing argument, but it's awfully late in the campaign, and the president's wasted a lot of time ignoring the advice he could have taken weeks before.
Following up on Nora's interview with Joe Biden there, he does seem to appear to be leaving the door open to adding more justices to the Supreme Court. Do voters care about this issue, Major?
Not really. Republicans tell me all the polling data they see doesn't really move the needle very much. They thought it would, but it doesn't. But here's the real important part of what the former vice president said. A commission. In Washington, that means you're punting. That means you're setting it off. For Democrats, the key issue is electing Joe Biden, not only that, but winning a Senate Democratic majority and changing the rules. So if anything happens at the Supreme Court with Roe versus Wade, same-sex marriage, or the Affordable Care Act, with 51 votes in a democratically controlled Senate, you can change the law and fix whatever the Supreme Court overrules. That is where the minds and the strategic impulse and imperative of Senate Democrats and everyone in the Democratic Party is right now. Not enlarging the court, winning the Senate, winning the presidency.
Big debate tonight. The conventional thinking is that most people have already made up their minds. But I'm wondering, with the undecided voters, is this race, and I know you know people on both sides, is this race closer than it appears to be?
Certainly the Trump people believe that it is. They discount every pollster except their own, and they believe that there is a hidden, shy Trump vote of worth anywhere between 2 points to 4 points, depending on the battleground state, that's simply not detected, and they know where it is, and nobody else does. But they also do not expect, as every analyst I've talked to does, record turnout of 150 million, 155 million. If turnout is that much bigger, the big problem for the Trump campaign is, can you find all those new voters? Democrats believe they can. The Trump campaign believes possibly it can, but they may not have as many voters as they assume the polls are not detecting.
All right, Major, thank you very much. CBS News will bring you tonight's final presidential debate with live primetime coverage starting at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, right here on CBS.